Granny's, Abner. I believe that's our ring.
All right, Doggy Lum, I believe you're right.
I'll see. Hello, jot 'em down, store. This is Lum and Abner.
Now let's see what's going on down in Pine Ridge. Well, as we look in on the little community today, we find Lum in the Jot 'em Down store showing plans to Abner. Listen.
Yep, there it is, Abner. Them's the plans for the house I'm going to build.
Lord me, you got 'em drawn up already?
Oh, yeah. Hugh Garrett went to work on them yesterday and give me a copy of them this morning.
Well, I do.
Oh, he's fast.
Yeah, let me take a look at that.
Yeah, sure.
If I ever seen one of them.
Get them unrolled here.
Well, you're sure working fast on this deal, I'll say that for you.
Well, I've got to work fast. I can't put up with the childish family living with me much longer, I can tell you that.
No, that's fast.
Hell, there you are. What do you think of that for a house plan?
Did Hugh draw that himself?
Yeah, done good, didn't he?
Yeah. Them are all the rooms there, huh?
Yeah.
Where's the roof?
Well, it don't show there.
Well, it's going to have a roof, ain't it?
Oh, sure. This is just a bird's eye view of it. This is how it looks to a bird.
Well, what do you care how it looks to a bird? Go to all the expense of having that drawn up so a bird can look at it. If a bird wants to build a house, let him draw his own plan.
Well, this is the way it'd look if you'd taken the roof off.
Can you do that? Just take the roof right off?
Well, you see...
Oh, me, that don't sound like very good carpenter work to me, long the roof comes off. What if a wind would come up, a cyclone? Glad you ain't building that thing next to my place. Hate to have a roof come sailing into the yard every time a little breeze come up.
Well, Abner, the roof's going to be fastened on.
Get better fasten it. Tie it down or do something. I told you ought to get Eugene Blevins to build this house instead of Hugh Garrett anyway.
Well, Hugh's doing a good job, all right. I ain't worried about him. Of course, I will say there's one or two things in these plans that don't quite suit me.
Besides the roof, huh?
I mean, in the arrangements of the rooms.
Well, what do you care? You ain't going to live there. The Childers is going to live in it.
I know, but I want to get it right. Now, here's the main thing I don't like about these plans.
Move your head a little on.
The parlor's too big.
Too big, huh?
In the first place, I want to keep the size of the house down to where it won't cost so much.
Huh?
In the second place, they don't need that big of a parlor.
They don't, huh?
No, I believe I'll just draw a line down the side of it here and cut it off about 2 or 3 feet.
Is that 2 or 3 feet? From here to there?
Yeah, rough speaking.
My eyes must be bad. That don't look like more than a half an inch to me.
Well, that's the way they figure these things out. A half inch to every 2 feet or something like that. They couldn't draw the plans as big as the house is going to be, silly. Couldn't get that big of a piece of paper.
No, what's wrong with
that? That ought to do it. Now, the parlor just runs from here over to here.
Yeah. What are you going to do with that extra space there? See, you got the parlor coming over to here, Lum, but the outside of the house is clean over to here.
That's right, ain't it?
Yeah, that's the outside.
Let's see. Could be a hole, I reckon. It's sort of shaped like one.
Yeah. What would you want a hole running along the outside of the house for?
It would be kind of silly, wouldn't it?
Besides, it don't go nowhere.
Yeah, well, I reckon a feller could add on a room there so's the hall would have someplace to go to.
That would be better. Folks are liable to get lost in there, wandering backwards and forwards in a dead-end hall without no place to go to.
Let's see. Worse than getting in a silo.
Yeah, that's awful bad there. Open it up the other end if you're going to leave it there so they walk out, think they've been to see you, and leave all at the same time.
You could put a room on right here. Yeah, and let the hall run into that.
Yeah, that'd be a nice place to keep that pig of there. Be the only pig in Pine Ridge with a private hall.
Well, that pig ain't going to stay in that house. I won't let them buy it unless they promise to keep her out of there.
Well, I thought you sort of liked the pig. Sure looked like it the way you rushed out of here yesterday to keep Squire Skimp from making ham and bacon out of her.
And I just done that to keep little Caldwell from making mincemeat out of me.
Well, they could find some use for the room. Everybody's got relays. extra room always comes in handy.
Wait a minute. You can't put it out there, though. That'd put part of the room right out in the road.
In the road?
Yeah. See, that's kind of a small lot, and the road runs right along the side of it there.
Oh, it does, huh? Well, maybe you'll just have to change the road then.
Oh, you can't do that.
Well, Lum, you can't have a road running through a bedroom that way, wake up in the middle of the night, the team of mules loping by you. Dog'd scare you to death, a hound dog trotting between the back wheels.
Yeah, that would be bad.
Be having night horses, mules, both.
About all we can do is put the extra room over on the other side of the house, over here.
Over next to that dining room there?
Yeah.
How you going to get to it? The hall's clean over on the other side of the house.
That's right, ain't it?
Could have the hall run clean around the house, I reckon, come in on this side and wind up on the other side of the house.
No, looks like we'll just have to build another hall. This thing's going to run into more money than I figured it would. All them extras will take more lumber, and I don't know if Lester Parks will sell me any more.
Well, he sure won't if he finds out Hugh Garrett's doing the building wrong.
Well, if I can just keep them two being mad at one another to where they ain't speaking, I'll be all right.
I don't know. Seems to me like it's a pretty risky way to do business, trying to keep everybody mixed up in this from knowing who else is in on it.
Well, it's the only way I could do it. As long as I'm having to build this house without a cent of cash. See, Lester thinks that I've paid for the lot and that I'm paying the carpenter.
Yeah.
And Hugh thinks that I've paid for the lot and the lumber. And the Widder Cobb thinks I've paid for the lumber and the carpenter.
That's what I say. That's a risky way to do business. If any one of them finds out you ain't putting up a cent of money, Lum, they're going to call this whole thing off.
Well, I've just got to keep them from finding out, that's all. But as long as they're all mad at one another, I don't think I've got much to worry about.
Are you sure that the Widder's still not speaking to both Hugh and Lester?
Far as I know. I think maybe she knows I'm getting the lumber from Lester, because that's about the only place around here where you can get it. But I'm sure she don't know Hugh's the builder. He's the one she hates the worst, I believe.
Yeah. Has she actually sold that lot to you? You said yesterday she hadn't signed no papers on.
Well, she still ain't, but she's going to, she told me. Said for me to go right ahead with it. And let's see here. I've got to figure out where to put that extra hall.
Yeah, you might could put it down in the cellar, especially if it ain't going to be used very much.
No, that's no place for a perfect good hall. Halls has got to lead somewhere. Wait a minute, was that our ring?
I don't know. The phone rang. I was studying this thing.
Better see, I reckon.
See where it was.
Hello, jot 'em down, store. Lum Edwards talking.
Could put it on the roof.
Oh, how are you, Miss Cobb?
Put the hall outdoors and let it lead to the barn.
Well, that's good.
Come in hand in ring.
Oh, yeah, the plans is all drawed up. Well, we're aiming on starting first thing in the morning. Talk to the builder.
Oh.
Well, Miss Cobb, why can't you just tell me what you want to say and I'll tell him? Huh? Oh, why, his name is,
Don't tell her it's Hugh Garrett.
His name is, Eugene Blevins, I think.
Yeah, that's...
Oh, he said he weren't, huh? Well, that's right. Come to think of it, he couldn't take the job after all. Too busy.
That's big blabbermouth.
Well, tell you the truth, I'm building it myself.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, sure, I know all about building houses.
No telling where that hall will wind up.
Well, it's a surprise to me, too. I mean, well, just a second. Let me check. Abner, let me see them plans.
Yeah, sure. What's all the fuss about?
Oh, the Widder says she ain't going to sign the paper on the lot till she knows what kind of a place I'm going to build there. Don't want no ramshackle house on it. See here. Foundation. You see where it says what kind of a foundation it's going to have?
I don't even know where to look.
Well, find it. I'm supposed to know all about this.
Well, I don't know where it's at.
I've got to tell her something. Hello, Miss Cobb. Why, the foundation's going to be down at the bottom.
Yep, here it is.
Well, yeah, I reckon they're all is that way. That's why I decided on that. Just want to use tried and true ideas in this house. No flying by night scheme.
Mom knowed right where it was at. There it is.
Huh? Why, just a second. Abner, what style architecture would you say it's going to have?
I didn't even know it was going to have one. Whatever they are. You got lots of halls in it.
Hello. Why, it's going to have the regular, regulation architecture.
With a hall.
Yeah, that's it. Spanish colonial. Oh, them are two different ones, huh?
South Spanish.
Well, I might put in some of both.
Buenos noches, you all.
Mix them up, sort of. Yeah, give it a little bit of everything. Make it extra fancy. Mom, just a second. You know, Abner, I don't think she much believes me.
Tell her about the halls.
You know, she wants to know about the studdings and the subflooring. What did it say about them there in the plan?
Let's see. Here's that extra room sitting out here in the road. That got anything to do with it?
No, Granny's, I can't make head and tails of this junk. Hello, Miss Cobb. Yeah, it's going to have both of them, sub-studdings and flooring.
Right along, and a pig.
Well, whatever size fits. Well, I don't know. Let's see. I'd say about, huh?
That Lum knows a bit.
Gonna do what? Oh, now, Miss Cobb, you don't want to waste your time standing around over there. What? Hello? Hello? Hello?
Hang up on you?
Yeah. Granny's, how am I going to get around that?
Around what, Lum?
You know what that old busybody's going to do?
That's what I'm trying to find out.
She said she's going to be over there in the morning when I start building and see herself what kind of a house I'm putting up.
Oh, the minute she sets eyes on Hugh Garrett, Lum?
But she ain't going to.
How you going to keep her from it?
I don't know, but I've got to study up some way to keep that woman away from there. I've got to do it before tomorrow morning.
And now let's see what's going on down in Pine Ridge. Well, as we look in on the little community today, we find Abner in the Jotham Down store explaining Lum's building arrangement to Grandpappy Spears. Listen.
And what's the Widder Cobb going to be out there for? Is she going to help build this house?
No, Grandpap, she just wants to make sure that Lum's going to put up a decent-looking house, not some little old shack out there.
Well, what does she care about that? She ain't going to live in it. The foster childers is there.
Why, yeah, but it's being built on her lot. See, Lum bought the lot from her, but he ain't paid her no money for it yet. And she claims it's still her property till she gets the money for it.
Well, when's Lum aiming on paying her?
Not till after the place is built and sold.
Huh. Well, I never heard of a spavin-legged arrangement like that before.
Yeah, well, that's the way Lum's building the whole thing. He made the same deal with Hugh Garrett on the carpenter work and with Lester Parks on the lumber.
Lester Parks?
Yeah, he's foreman over at Walt Bates' sawmill, you know.
Oh, yeah.
He handles all the selling and all that over there for Walt.
Wait a minute, you mean Lum ain't put up a cent of money himself?
Not one single red penny.
Well, I'll be a monkey spavin-legged uncle. How in the world did all them folks stand still for a deal like that?
Well, see, they don't exactly know it, Grandpap. Each one of them thinks that Lum has paid all the rest of them on the job, so it looks like to them they ain't taking so much of a chance, you know.
Oh, that Lum. What if they get to talking amongst themselves and find out what old Lum's doing?
Well, he figured that out, too. The three folks that's putting up everything ain't speaking to one another.
Did old Lum arrange that, too?
No, he was just lucky there. See, Hugh and Lester was both sparking at the Widder Cobb, and they tried to get the inside track by telling a pack of lies about the other, and finally it got to where she just stopped speaking to both of them.
Oh, for the pity, Lum, he sakes alive.
But I'm afeard Lum's little plan ain't going to work out any too good. Leastways, not after the showdown they're more likely having out there right this minute.
Showdown?
Well, that's what I'm telling you about. The Widder Cobb told Lum last night she's going to be over at the lot this morning, big as life, to see just exactly what kind of a house he's putting up. And natural, the first thing she's going to see is that Hugh Garrett is the builder.
Well, don't she know that?
Why, of course not. Lum didn't dare tell her that. He finally just had to tell her that he was the builder himself.
Him a builder?
That's what he told her.
Oh, for pity's sake. Lum don't know the first pigeon-toed thing about building a bow-legged house.
I know it.
He couldn't build a better house than Charles Geiger.
Well, he can't build no kind as far as I know. You ought to heard him telling her how he's going to build it. Got himself mixed up something wonderful.
Well, he's in a jam again.
Oh, yeah, he is.
Of course, with him, that ain't nothing new.
No. This is the first three-way jam he's ever been in, though.
Branching out, huh?
Must be. You know, I'm sort of worried about Lum this time, though, Grandpap. He's getting older now.
No, not according to him, he ain't.
Well, he is, regardless of what he says. He can't stand many more kickings around, I don't think.
He ain't as old as Charles Geiger.
Well, I don't know. I know Lum's getting up there, though. He just don't realize what trouble he's got himself into.
Well, he never does till it's too late.
Well, he claimed he's going to study up some way to keep the Widder Cobb away from there this morning, but as far as I know, he never did do it.
Yeah, I don't know how you could keep the Widder Cobb away, no ways. Again, that woman makes up her mind to do something. There ain't no one thing in this knock-kneed world that can keep her from doing it.
No, you're right about that.
Charles Geiger couldn't keep her away from that. You don't know who Charles Geiger is, do you?
No, and I don't want to, Grandpap. You're always bringing up some feller I don't know, and I try to explain something to you, and you keep telling me about him.
I don't know him myself, but I read about him in the paper.
All right.
He was up in Canada summer.
Just let it go now, if you want me to tell you about Lum.
Go ahead.
I just want to tell you the main reason I'm worried about Lum is that, well, I'm just afraid something will happen to him, and I reckon I ought to be over there with him.
Oh, no. You don't want to get mixed up in this. Liable to be some scuffling over there.
Well, I know, but Lum might need me. I better go over there. Will you watch your store for me?
I wouldn't do it if I was you, Abner. You're just asking for trouble.
Well, Grandpap, they might have hit Lum. Might have knocked him down. He might be laying around the cold ground unconscientious.
You're breaking my heart.
Yeah, you take care of things, Grandpap. I won't be gone long.
Well, wait a minute, Abner.
I've got to help poor old Lum, Grandpap. Lum! Doggy, they must have took him away. Lum! Hey, Lum!
Yeah, here I am, Abner. Down here.
Oh, my goodness, you're down. They got you. Are you hurt bad, Lum? I told you oughtn't to come over here.
For pity's sakes, what's all the fuss about?
Just take it easy now, Lum. I'll take care of you.
Well, let go of me.
Oh, that's right. I ain't supposed to move you, Emma. That's what the first aid book said. Don't move them. Throw a blanket over them. Give them artificial perspiration. I'll slap a splint on you, Lum.
I ain't got no broke leg.
Oh, well, thank goodness for that. Where'd they get you? In the neck? Just a minute, I'll put a tourniquet around it.
What in the world's the matter with you, Abner? I'm all right.
Well, what are you laying there on the ground for?
I just measuring some of these rooms. The way Hugh Garrett's got them staked out here, they don't look right to me. They look kind of small. See, I figure I'm a little over 6 foot tall, and it's taken 1.5 of me to go from that wall there down to this corner.
I don't care about that, Lum. Tell me about the fight.
What fight?
Well, there must have been one when the Widder Cobb and Hugh Garrett got together. Which one of them hit you first, Lum?
Abner, there weren't no fight. The Widder didn't show up.
She never. She said yesterday she's going to be here.
I know it, but from the reports I got, the poor woman's sick in bed today.
Sick in bed? Well, if you ain't the luckiest human.
Well, now, don't say that, Abner. Here's a poor woman down in bed ailing, and all you can talk about is my good luck.
Well, you are lucky. Oh, me, if that hadn't happened to her, you might be the one that's down in bed ailing. Your whole building plans would be ruined, too.
Well, that's just the way fate works things out sometimes, Abner. You oughtn't to sit around being glad about her misfortune, though.
Well, maybe not, but you ought to be. If she had to come over here and found out that Hugh
Wait a
Garrett...
minute, you ought to come square skimp now.
Oh.
Whatever you do, don't tell him nothing about this house deal I'm working.
Well, what would he do about it?
I don't know. I just feel safer if he don't know nothing about it. Try to get him on some other subject if you can.
Like what, for instance?
Oh, just anything. Find out. Well, howdy, Squire.
Well, gentlemen. Looks like a little construction work's going on over here.
Yeah, it does, sorta.
Yeah, this must be the place you're building I heard about, Lum.
Uh-huh.
Lester Parks told me that he sold you the lumber for it, on credit. Evidently, you're trying to build it without putting up much cash.
Oh, no, I don't know whatever give you an idea like that. I've got plenty of cash.
Well, good. You're just the man I want to see, then. I've just been appointed head of the committee to raise funds for the USO for 1947.
The USO, huh?
Yes, sir. We've still got a big job to do there, Lum. A lot of people don't realize it, but we've still got 1.5 million men in uniform. And there's a lot that we have to do for those boys. we've got to furnish clubs and camp shows for them. There's an awful lot we've got to do for the veterans in the hospitals, too. Oh, a big debt to those men.
Yeah, you're sure right about that, Squire.
I wish I had time to tell you some of the work that the USO personnel is doing in the hospitals to help those men in their struggle back to a normal life.
Well, you don't need to sell me on that, Squire.
That's all right. I'm not going to ask you for a donation right now, Lum. But now, when you and Abner make out your check for the community chest this year, you better make them just a little bit bigger this time. You see, you can give to your USO through your community chest.
That's the red feather.
Yeah,
Well, don't worry, Squire. We'll go the limit on that.
Well, that's fine. By the way, did you know that the Widder Cobb is ill?
She is.
You know that, Lum.
Hey, Chef.
I just stopped by her house to talk to her about the USO, and her neighbor, Miss Adams, is over there and told me Miss Cobb is having a very bad attack of hay fever.
Well, I do know. I'm awful sorry to hear that. Hay fever, huh?
Yes, she's been a long sufferer of that, you know, Lum.
Well, that's a shame.
Yes, it is. Well, I've got to run along. I've got a lot of people I want to contact yet today. Be sure and make that a good big contribution this time now, man.
Yeah, we'll do it, Squire. Glad you brung it up.
Yeah, so long, Squire.
I don't know where we're going to get the money for that, but we've got to find it somewhere.
Hay fever. So that's what you got. Well, if this house ever gets built, Lum, you'll have a good case of hay fever to thank for it.
No, I wouldn't say that, Abner.
Lum, if that Widder Cobb hadn't come down with a hay fever this morning, she'd have been over here throwing a monkey into this whole ranch. Why, she once got to talking to Hugh Garrett. Why, for the land's sake, look at Cedric rushing over here.
Huh?
Looks like he'd been shot out of a canyon. What's your hurry, Cedric?
Hey, Mr. Lum, you've got to get somebody else to take that job from now on.
What job, Cedric?
Oh, it ain't nothing at all, Abner. I'll talk to you some other time about that, Cedric.
Well, I'm telling you, Mr. Lum, I can't sit up there on the roof of the Widder Cobb's house and shake goldenrod down her chimney another single minute.
Goldenrod down the chimney?
Cedric, hush up.
So that's how come the Widder to come down with hay fevers. Lum,
Well, Abner, I've just got to get this house built. Cedric, what's the reason you can't do it no more?
Well, the main reason is that I'm getting it worse than she is.
Now let's see what's going on down in Pine Ridge. Well, as we look in on the little community today, we find Lum and Abner walking along the street, approaching the building lot. Listen.
Well, come on, Abner. It's just a block out of your way. You want to see how much they got done on the house today, don't you?
Why, yeah, sure, Lum, but Elizabeth made me promise I'd be on time for supper tonight. The Quincy's are coming over.
Well, this will just take a second. We're practical there now, anyway.
Well, Lord, me, they couldn't have got much done yet, Lum. They just started it yesterday.
Well, he's got the foundation all poured and the front sidewall. You can get a better idea of what size the house is going to be now.
Did the Widder Cobb show up today?
No, she's still down in bed with the hay fevers.
Well.
And I figure by the time she gets up, the house will be far enough along to where it won't matter whether she likes it or not.
Yeah, Cedric must have did a pretty good job with that goldenrod if she's still sick from it. What if she finds out that you was the one that put him up to that long?
Well, she won't find out if you or Cedric don't tell her. You're the only two that knows it. And I've paid Cedric.
How much did you pay him?
Well, I ain't going to pay you, Abner, if that's what you got in mind. You can at least do that for a friend. Keep your mouth shut.
Well, I just thought you were paying out money.
I ain't.
Oh.
Well, here we are. What do you think of it?
Think of what?
The house.
I don't see it.
Well, look down. You're looking up too high.
Oh.
I told you all they had done was poured the cement for the foundation. And the sidewalk here. Watch out, Abner. Don't step on it. Get back. That cement ain't dry yet.
Excuse me.
That is some youngin'. The minute you see some wet cement, you want to put your footprints in it.
I never meant to do it on purpose, Lum.
This ain't Grauman's Chinese Theater. Now, watch what you're doing. I don't want nothing to go wrong with this house.
I'll watch it.
I want everything in this place to be as perfect as it can be. Because I'm sort of aiming on using this for a sample.
A sample? Is that what that's going to be?
Yeah, sort of.
Well, we'll say, judging from the size of it, that's just about all you could use it for.
Oh, well, it's going to look bigger than that when it gets done. You can't tell nothing about it this way.
What'd you drag me over here for, then?
Well, what I mean by sample is that I'm going to use it to show the other folks that I'm going to build houses for.
Other folks?
Yeah, that's my new idea, Abner. I'm going into the house building business on a big scale.
Now, when did you get that idea?
Oh, I don't know. I just got to thinking that if I can build this house here without no cash at all, think what I could do if I had money. I could build dream castles.
Yeah, but where are you going to get this money, Lum?
From selling this house here to foster childers. Natural.
Well, Lum, out of that money, you've got to pay Hugh Garrett for the carpenter work, Lester Parks for the lumber, the Widder Cobb for the loft. That ain't going to leave much for no dream castles. Cut it down to a dream shanty.
Oh, no, I'm aiming on making myself a nice profit out of this. I ain't doing this just to get the Childers family out of my place.
I thought that was the whole idea of this thing.
Well, it was at first, but now that I can see what can be did, I grannies I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to get into some line of work like building houses. Something where I can, well, how would you say it? Something where I can make a lot of money.
Well, that's a pretty good way to say it.
Something where I can get myself on a good, firm footing. Get my feet on good, solid foundation.
Solid foundation.
Yeah. I grannies, now's the time a fella can do that in a building business. There's a housing shortage practical every which way you look nowadays.
Yeah, but where are you going to get all the materials to build these houses with? There's a shortage of them, too, ain't there?
Yeah, but I'll get around that some way. Eddards don't never let no little thing like that stop him.
They don't, huh?
You wouldn't think by looking at these few sticks and pieces of cement here that this is the first of 50 Eddards-built dream houses.
Well, I don't know about that, but it sure looks like the first house that Hugh Garrett ever built. Doggone, what a mess.
Well, Abner, I told you can't tell nothing about it the way it looks now. Look out, don't step on that sidewalk.
Oh, excuse me.
Told you it ain't dry yet.
Well, I never aimed on stepping on it. Doggone,
don't be so clumsy then.
50 houses, is that how many you said you was going to build?
That's my goal for the rest of this year, yes. I might overdo that, I don't know.
You've done overdid it, if you want my opinion.
Well, I tell you, Abner, the only thing for a man to do is to get his feet on a good, solid foundation. Get into some line of work where... Who's that fella coming over there this way? Ain't nobody I've ever saw before. You know who it is, Abner?
No. Whoever it is, he's coming over here, though. Maybe the Widder Cobb sent him along. Maybe she found out what caused her hay fevers this time.
Now, don't go blabbing that all over. Yeah, howdy do, sir. You looking for somebody?
Yeah, I'm looking for who's ever putting up this house.
Well, what was you wanted with him?
Why, Lum, you're the one.
Shut up. What'd you say, young fella?
Well, nothing yet, but what I wanted to see him about is buying this house when it's done. I'm desperate for a place to live.
Oh, I see. Well, I'm the man you want to talk to, but this house here ain't for sale.
Well, I'll rent it then. I'll take a 3-year lease, a 10-year lease, anything you say. I'll pay the first and the last 6 months' rent right now. Just name your terms.
Well, I'm sorrowful, but it ain't for rent, neither. This house is already spoke for.
Yeah, they all are. Well, you can't blame a fella for trying. Thanks anyway.
Well, just a minute now. I'm aiming on building some other places.
You are?
Hey, Lum, watch out there.
I'll handle this, Abner.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm aiming on building, 40 or 50 houses in the next few months. Dream castles. Eddards is dream castles. How soon are you going to be needing a place?
Well, I need one right now. Me and my wife are living with her folks over at Cherry Hill, and, well, they're all right, the finest people in the world, but I don't know, we just got to get a place of our own.
Lum, you better watch
I told you to keep quiet, Abner.
If we stay where we are much longer, the old lady's going to bust up our marriage. Not that she intends to, but she's a wonderful woman and all that, but she means well and... Oh, well, you know what I mean.
Yeah, sure, I know.
Oh.
Abner, will you hash up?
Can you sure enough build me a place?
Well, I don't know why not.
Well, by golly, as far as I'm concerned, it's a deal. And just to show you I mean business, here's $250.
Well, here now. I don't want no money from you now.
Well, that's a deposit. You take it.
No, I don't want it. I don't know how much they're going to cost even. You can pay me when the time comes.
Well, look, I ain't taking a chance. There's a couple of other fellas that said they'd build me a house and nothing ever happened. I want to make this definite. And I want to make sure I get the next house you build. There it is. It's yours. You can send me a receipt. My name's Ernie Duncan, and General Delivery Cherry Hill will get me.
Well, if you insist on it.
Lum, I think that...
I'd better get your name as long as you're going to be my builder.
Oh, yeah, well, my name's Edwards, Lum Edwards. And you can find me down at the Jot 'em Down store. Now, you come in first chance you get, and we'll start drawing up some plans.
All right. And I'll be over in about a week, maybe less. And thanks a lot, Mr. Edwards.
Oh, it's all right. Proud to do business with you, Mr. Duncan. See you in about a week. You bet.
So long.
So long. Well, Abner, now what do you think of my ideas? Looky there, $250 cash money.
Yeah, but Lum, I think you
now,
better...
don't start throwing cold water on it right away.
I weren't going to throw no cold water on nothing. I just wanted to tell you that if you want to get out of the spot you're in
Don't
now...
worry about me. I can get out any spot, anytime, anywhere.
Yeah, but Lum, you don't realize what...
Hey, Lum.
Who said that? Oh, well, howdy, Grandpap. Where'd you come from?
Looking for Lum. I missed you over at the store. Closed up already?
Yeah.
What'd you want to see me about, Grandpap? Well, I started over to your place this morning with a letter for you, but somehow or other I got sidetracked down to the barber shop. Just now recollected the letter. Oh, well, give it here, Grandpap. Wonder if it's anything important. I don't know where it's important or not, but I know it's bad news.
Bad news? Oh, my goodness alive. How do you know, Grandpap?
'Cause it's from the mail order house, and they say if Lum don't pay the $300 on that pioneer right today, they're coming out here and haul it off. Oh, my goodness. This is due today. I plumb forgot about that.
It is? Wait a minute. How'd you know what the letter said, Grandpap?
Well, it sort of come unstuck.
Unstuck? It
Ain't
never
my
done no
fault
such
if they're using cheap glue nowadays.
Grandpappy Spears, you're going to get yourself in trouble opening that government mail.
Granny, now,
Penitentiary.
Or wait a minute. I can pay this. I've got $250 right here. And with the money I made out of all them contests, I can just make it. I'm going back to the store right now and get an envelope and well, for goodness sakes. Yeah, we better get going. Don't just stand there.
That's about all he can do, Grandpap. He's cemented in.
Abner, why didn't you tell me I stand on the sidewalk?
I've been trying to tell you that for the last 30 minutes, and you wouldn't listen to me.
Well, get me out of here. This cement will dry to where I can't move my feet at all.
Well, what are you kicking about? This is just where you've been wanting.
Huh?
At last, Lum, you've got your feet in a good, solid foundation.
Now let's see what's going on down in Pine Ridge. Well, as we look in on the little community today, we find Abner in the Jot 'em Down store trying to get Lum away from a magazine. Listen.
For the land sakes, Lum, are you just going to sit there and read them magazines all day long? I need somebody to help me put up these grocery orders here.
Yeah, sure. Be with you in a minute.
That's what you've been saying all morning. Don't forget we're still running a grocery store here, Lum.
Yeah, sure. Be with you in just a minute.
Well, get up from there and do something. Hey, Lum.
Did you say something, Abner?
I've been talking to you for 3 hours. What's that you're reading anyway? Honest Confessions?
No, these are magazines on home building. Tells here how to read blueprints.
How to read it?
Yeah.
Well, Lum, you know how to read.
I said how to read blueprints.
Well, I don't see how it makes any difference what color the print is. You can read. Black, blue, pink, purple, yellow,
well, Abner,
red,
blueprint.
orange, lavender.
Blueprints are house plans. That's what they call them.
Green, brown. House plans.
Yeah, see here it shows what all these little markings mean. For instance, they use a circle for this and a cross for that, and I don't know what all. You use them to tell where the kitchen sink is and the bathtub and all that.
Well, Lord me, I wouldn't want a house where you had to look at the blueprints every time you wanted to find a kitchen sink.
Well, that ain't the idea.
Over to our place, you just go out in the kitchen. There's a sink sitting right there, right over next to the stove is where it's at, Mom. You don't have to look around for it. What was you aiming on putting the sink anyway?
In the kitchen, natural.
Well, I'm glad you changed your mind about that. Put it in a parlor, and the woman's going to get wore out running backwards and forwards twixt there in the kitchen. Of course, I reckon it would be nice for her when you have company. After supper, she could stand there in the parlor and visit while she's washing the dishes, all right?
Well, Abner, any house I build is going to have the kitchen sink in the kitchen.
Good for you. That's a smart idea.
But the idea of these blueprints, oh, well, never mind. You wouldn't understand it no ways.
Yes, I will. I know more about this than you think I do, maybe.
I hope so.
Facts is, I just give you a couple of good ideas there already. Well, one at least, that and about the sink.
Well, that's fine. Much obliged to you.
Oh, that's all right. I'm proud to do it.
Well, thank you.
Don't mention.
Yeah.
Anytime I can help you with any of them little problems that comes up, old boy, you just speak right up. Don't you be bashful.
Thank you very much.
Proud to do it.
All right, now, will you hush up and let me get back to my study in here? I've got to work out some plans for Mr. Duncan.
Duncan?
Yeah, that young feller over at Cherry Hill that I'm building my next dream castle for.
You mean the one that gave you that $250 deposit?
Yeah, I want to build him a real nice place. He's a nice feller.
Yeah, he appeared to be.
I liked him awful well. Wished he's my brother.
He can't be too bright, though, or he wouldn't run around handing those $250 out to some feller like you.
He knows what he's doing.
Mom, did you actually take that $250 and pay it to the mail order house for that pioneer?
Well, sure. The bill was due, and if I didn't pay it, they'd come out here and get the pioneer. I give that pioneer to the church, and I don't want nobody coming out here and repossessing it.
Well, I know, but Lord me, Mom, that weren't your money. That belonged to Mr. Duncan.
Well, not exactly. He gave it to me to build him a house with. I'm just taking my profits in advance, you might say.
Yeah, but what if you don't never get around to the building of that household?
Now, what would ever put an idea like that in your head?
I don't know. It just popped in there.
I'm in the building business now. Can't you get that through your head?
Well, you sure ain't in the grocery business no more. I can get that through my head.
Well, I'm gradual going to turn all that over to you anyway, Abner.
Gradual?
Yeah. I can see this building jump's going to take up all of my time. I'm going to have a lot of men working for me.
Me, anyway.
Fact is, I think I'll try to get Eugene Blevins to build the Duncan house instead of Hugh Garrett.
Why? I thought you said he was doing a pretty good job on this and that you're building for the Childers.
Well, he is, but I don't know. He sort of gets mad over little things.
Little things?
Yeah.
You call ruining that brand new sidewalk he put in little?
Well, I never ruined it on purpose. He ain't got no sense of humor. If it's anybody's fault at all, it was yours for not telling me I was standing on the wet sidewalk.
Mom, I tried to tell you what.
And what's more, I ought to charge you for a new pair of shoes. You might not ruin my others when you pull me out of the cement.
I never ruined no such a thing.
You pull practically every one of the buttons off of them.
Well, you never used them all anyway. Some of the buttonholes is all split out.
Them shoes had a good 1,000 miles left on. I believe I had them retreaded over 3 times.
Well, all there was in the first place was a pair of spats you had half sold.
There weren't no such a thing.
Well, I was just trying to help you out of cement anyway. Had it been for me, you'd have stood right there all night long with your feet in that cement.
Well, anyways, I don't see why you had to get so riled up over it. I know for sure I'm going to put Eugene on this next job.
Well, Mom, don't you think you ought to get the one you're working on now built before you start trying to build another one? You know you might not never get this one done.
Well, why won't I?
Well, for one thing, the Widder Cobb's bound to get over that hay fever sooner or later. When she does, why, natural, she's going to start snooping around over there. And she'll find out the first thing that you're trying to build this house without putting up 1 cent of money. She'll get to talking to Hugh Garrett.
No, she won't. That's where you're wrong. I told you him and her ain't speaking to one another. And there comes a customer up out there. You wait on the trade and leave the building business to me.
Yeah, well, I still say, Lum, that the way you're trying to work is still about putting up... Oh. Howdy, Ulysses. How are you today?
Yeah, come in, Ulysses.
Howdy, Lum. Oh, I'm okay, I reckon, Abner.
What can we do for you?
Okay, I want to get a box of raisins and... Well, here, Abner, you take the list. You can read better than I can.
Yeah, sure, yeah. I can read anything. Printing's my special. Give it here.
Well, a woman Carrie don't write as plain as she used to.
Oh, by the way, Ulysses, that house of yours is getting pretty old, ain't it?
How's that, Lum?
I say your place is getting pretty old. I expect it's got termites in it. More than likely on
Oh, dear, we're the only ones that live there, Lum.
Well, these is little bugs that work on the wood.
No.
More than likely, the only reason it's standing up, them termites is holding hands. Don't you think it's about time you was building a new house?
I don't know, Lum. I can't hardly keep up with you, but I figure quicker to get my barn painted over there. Well, my place will look about as good as new.
Well, what's painting your barn got to do with your house?
Well, it sort of makes the whole place look nice, Lum.
How do you know?
Well, I like a nice painted barn. And I will admit that mine needs a little paint. I've got to get that done one of these days.
Well, Ulysses, you've been laying off to paint that barn for over 30 years that I know of.
32 now, Lum, I believe it is.
That's what it is, huh? Well, you know good and well you ain't never going to get to it.
Yeah, I'm figuring on it most any day now, Lum. I'm getting around to it, sort of gradual.
Well, I'm in the building business now. I can build you a nice house with the barn already painted. Save you all that trouble. Look at some of these pictures here. Give you an idea of the new kinds of houses they're putting up nowadays.
Yeah, okay, but I think I'll just paint the old barn, Lum.
I bound you're a woman like to have a dream castle, wouldn't you?
Yeah, we got a sleeping porch now.
Just take a look at this one. It's called Pennsylvania Dutch.
Yeah, it looks a little like my barn, don't it?
Of course, now, I could change that up a little bit for you. Make it an Arkansas Dutch house.
Now, my woman Carrie's Scotch, and I'm sort of Irish, I think.
Sorta.
Well, my pa said something about it one time.
All right, I'll make it an Arkansas Scotch-Irish then. I'll build you anything you want. I know you like this style here. Note the dormant window sticking out the roof there. It's just grand. Says so right there.
Lum, I believe I'll just paint the old barn. I'll just slap a coat or two on it when I get around to it.
Well, how would you like a nice riverside home?
Yeah, I like it fine, but too far to the river from here, Lum.
Well, here's a rambling ranch house. Of course, I reckon you'd rather have something more stationary than something rambling around, something that'll stay put.
Wouldn't have a ranch to put in it to build it no way.
Abner, would you get the phone?
Yeah, sure.
Well, how about a Cape Cod house? Or here's a good one, a French Provencal.
Hello. Jot 'em down, store. Abner Peabody doing the talking. What's that, Hugh? She did. Oh, my goodness, they lie. Yeah. Yeah, well, just a minute. I better let you talk to Lum.
What is it, Abner?
Well, Widder Cobb must be over the hay fevers, Lum, because she's been over to your new house.
Oh, my goodness. Did she talk to Hugh Garrett?
She didn't just talk to him. She taken a shotgun and run him clean off the property.
She did?
Yeah, and now Hugh wants you to come over there and run her off the property. He thinks you own it instead of her.
Grannies.
Well, here, take a receiver. Talk to him. This is your dream castle, not mine.
Yeah, well, let's see. I got to dream up something here to say to him.
Go on, talk to him. He's waiting.
All right.
Sit down, Ulysses.
Okay.
Hello? Yeah, Hugh? Well, listen, Hugh, I'll explain to you about the property later on. But for the time being, what you better do is stand about a foot off the property line there. If she's got a gun, she might shoot, for she's got a right to hunt on that property. Now let's see what's going on down in Pine Ridge. Well, as we look in on the little community today, we find Abner in the Jotham Down store explaining Lum's latest predicament to Grandpappy Spears. Listen.
Oh, is that Lum in a mess now, Grandpap? A-M-E-S mess.
I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it at all.
If he ever gets that house built now, it'll be the 17th wonders of the world.
Well, what's happened now?
Everything.
Well, give me some of the details. Don't be so pigeon-toed stingy with your jaw flapping.
I'm coming to it.
Give me this spabbing-legged lowdown.
I'll tell you if you'll hush up for a minute.
Ain't prying nothing loose from you with a crowbar.
Well, what happened is the Widder Cobb got over the hay fevers yesterday and went over to the lot to see what kind of a house Lum was putting up. And natural, the first thing she seen over there was Hugh Garrett.
And she found out Lum hadn't paid him or nobody else on this job, huh?
Well, I don't know about that, but I do know that she taken the shotgun and run old Hugh right off in the property.
Run him off?
Right clean off.
Oh, my goodness.
And then Hugh tried to get Lum to run her off. 'Cause he thought Lum had done paid her for the property, you know. And was old Hugh mad when he found out the Widder still owned it. He throwed down his hammer and quit right then and there.
Quit the job, huh?
Lum quit it.
Oh, my goodness.
Said he wouldn't even build a little rabbit hutch on any piece of property that belonged to her. And the Widder said if you ever did build a rabbit hutch on any of her ground, she'd burn it down, rabbits and all.
You know, I don't believe them twos as fond of one another as they used to be.
Fond of? They hate and despise one another the worst way.
And to think not so many weeks ago he was courting her.
Yeah.
The course of true love don't never run smooth. Shakespeare made that up.
Well, I thought Lum did. Leastways, that's what he told me. That's one of his old lettered sayings.
Yeah, maybe Shakespeare picked it up from him. I don't know.
He must have.
What's old Lum going to do now?
I don't know. Just looks to me like he's lost out every which way. Hugh Garrett wants to be paid off for what work he's done on the house before he quits, you know.
Well, natural.
And the Widder says Lum's got to tear down what's there now and get it clean off from the property.
Oh, my.
So that'll cost him money.
Bound to. Well, how about Lester Parks? Is he jumping all over Lum, too?
Not yet. But Lum is going to have to pay him for what lumber is used so far. The rest of it's sitting over on the lot. He can take that back, I reckon, but it's still going to cost him some money.
Yeah, I can see that.
And the worst part of it is that Lum ain't got no money. He got $250 from some feller named Duncan for a deposit on a house that Lum thinks he's going to build for him, but Lum sent that to the mail order house to pay for that pine or to give the church.
Yeah, you told me that.
This is without a doubt the worst one jam he's ever got himself into.
Yeah, he's outdid himself this time.
And with the foster childresses still camping over at his place, little Caldwell kicking him in the stomach every night, I just don't see how he can keep him taking a
Wait a minute, there he comes.
Little Caldwell?
No, Lum.
Oh.
Look at him. He don't look downhearted at all.
Well, he looks happy.
Marching in here like he was leading a parade.
Little Caldwell must have got him on the head this time. He don't recollect what all's happened to him. He's got the amnesia sure as a word. Better be careful what we say. Well, howdy, Lum, old boy.
Good morning, Abner. Hello there, Grandpa.
Say, Lum, me and Grandpap here were just sitting here talking.
I ain't got time to talk to you right now, Abner. I've got a lot of phone calls to make here. Got to get that construction job going again. Time means money to me.
Well, how are you going to get that job going again?
It's simple as ABCD. All I have to do is buy the lot outright from the Widder, and then you'll go back to work for me.
Buy it? Lum, don't you know it takes money to go around?
Hello, is that you, Ezra?
Buy.
This is Lum. Oh, probably. Say, Ezra, a couple of weeks ago you were saying that you'd like to get a hold of some lumber. Are you still wanting some? Well, I've got some I'll let you have. It's sitting on that vacant lot a couple of blocks from your place. You can look it over. Yeah, I'll let you have what's there for $500.
Look, you can't sell that lumber.
Oh, you saw it. No, that's my rock bottom price. It's actually worth more than that.
He's going to wind up in a penitentiary.
No, it's $500, not a cent less.
More likely have me in there with him.
You will. Well, good for you. Yeah, it's a deal then. Well, I wonder if you could let me have a check right away. Sort of need it.
Sort of need it?
Yeah, I'll send somebody over to pick it up. Well, fine. Yeah, much obliged to you, Ezra. Goodbye.
Lum, have you lost your reasoning? You ain't paid Lester Parks for that lumber yet. You can't sell it.
I don't know why not. Lester sold it to me on a credit, so it's mine to do whatever I want to with it.
Yours?
Yeah, we do business that way here in the store. Buy stuff on a credit from the wholesale house and sell it.
Yeah, but now, Lum.
Grandpap, would you do me a big favor and run over to Ezra's and pick up that check for me?
Well, I don't know, Lum. I guess so.
Now, I'd do it myself, but I've still got so dead blame much phoning to do here. Bring it back as quick as you can, Grandpap.
Lum, you oughtn't to do this now.
Yeah, I'll be back directly.
Lum, Eddard, I don't know what's got into you. First you say you've got to get the building job going again. Then you turn right around and sell the lumber. That don't even belong to you.
Abner, I'll explain this whole thing to you later. I've got to call the Widder Cobb right now. And I don't want to be interrupted. I've got to work fast here.
Well, you're sure working too fast for me to follow you, I'll say that. How do you expect to build a house when you
just a second, Abner. Hello, Miss Cobb. This is Lum. Well, now don't start jumping on me about you. That's all done and finished.
So are you.
The reason I'm calling you is to buy that lot from you outright.
Buy?
Well, I don't have the cash right this second, but I'll have it in 10 or 15 minutes. Well, Granny, she's going to sell it to me on a credit the other day. You ought to be willing to sell it for cash now. $350. I thought the price was $300.
Oh, she's sure come down.
All right, then, $350. Yeah, I'll send the money over as quick as I get it. And then you can sign them papers we drawed up the other day. Yes, Mom. All right, Miss Cobb. Goodbye. That highway robber. $350 for that little lot.
$350? Well, I thought it was... Oh, nothing.
What did you think?
Nothing.
Well, now, let's see. Now that I've got shut of that old battle axe, I better call Squire Skimp.
Well, now, wait just a minute, Lum. What good has it done you to buy that lot off in the Widder Cobb?
I've done told you. Now Hugh Garrett will be willing to come back and finish the house.
What with?
What do you mean, what with?
You ain't got no lumber left. You just sold it to Ezra Seastrong.
Oh, well, I'll get some more lumber.
Some more?
Why, sure.
What with? After you pay the Widder $350 out of that $500 you're getting from Ezra, you won't have but $150. You sure can't buy enough lumber with that.
No, I know it. Besides, I got to use most of that to pay Hugh Garrett for what work he's did so far. I don't think he'll finish the job unless I do that.
Well, there you are. Now you ain't got no money.
No, but I've got a way now where I can get some. You'll see what it is. You'll just let me make this phone call here.
Well, you sure better get some money. Lester Parks ain't going to let you have a second batch of lumber on a credit. I'll tell you that right now. Facts is, with the shortage of lumber, I doubt if he'll let you have any more cash or credit even.
Well, what I'll do is order the lumber from Mr. Duncan's house and use that on this one. Hello, Squire.
Oh, there he goes, man.
This is Lum.
Noise in the pen.
Oh, just fine. Say, Squire, I just bought that lot I'm building on, and... the one on the corner there. I was wondering if you'd be willing to make a loan on that, take a mortgage on it.
Oh, so that's it.
Well, I want to get as much as I can. Oh, I see. Uh-huh. Yeah. Well, yeah, why don't you try that? Yeah, well, let me know as quick as you can, Squire, because I need the money. Yeah, all right, fine. Goodbye.
Is he going to give you a mortgage, or ain't he?
No, he ain't.
Uh-oh.
Says his cash capital's all froze up right now, but he's got a client that might take the mortgage. If he can work that, I'm all set.
Yeah, but, Lum, if you use the lumber for Mr. Duncan's house to build lessons, what are you going to use to build Mr. Duncan's house with?
Abner, the way I see it, the important thing for me to do now is to get this person built and sold. That'll give me a big cash profit to operate with, and that's all I'll need. That'll solve any problems that come up in the future.
Yeah, but, Lum...
And the big thing was getting shut of the Widder Cobb. She was the thing that was jamming up the whole works.
Yeah.
The fly in the ointments. With her out of the way, it's all smooth sailing ahead.
Well, I'll admit it's going to help a lot having the Widder Cobb not mixed up in it no more, but what's Lester Parks going to say when he finds out you're going around selling lumber he let you have on a credit?
Yeah, but...
And what's Mr. Duncan going to say?
Will you hash up? Can't you hear that fire ring?
I never paid no...
Hello, jot 'em down, store. What?
Better buy yourself a little bowl.
Oh, hello, Squire. What'd you find out? Well, good. Good for you. How soon can I get the cash?
Plummetters, convict number 678.
Well, get it to me as quick as you can, Squire. Yeah, I'm sure much obliged to you. All right, fine. Good. By the way, Squire, who taken the mortgage? What? Oh, no, are you sure?
Who taking it, Lum?
The Widder Cobb.
Let's see what's going on down in Pine Ridge. Well, as we look in on the little community today, we find Abner in the Jotham Down store. Lum is just entering. Listen.
Come in. Say, Lum, you're supposed to get on the phone right now,
God blame Hugh Garrett. I don't believe that man's got a brain in his head. I believe I could build a better house than he can with my eyes shut and one arm tied behind me.
What's he done now?
Oh, that idiot. Where you walk in the front door from the front porch.
Well, what's wrong with that? That's the way our place is,
Well, wait a minute. You go in the front door, and there's a little clothes closet he's put in. You step into that and come out the other door, and you're back out on the front porch again.
You there?
Yes, sir.
Well, what's he putting a clothes closet right there for anyway?
Well, it's one of them hall closets, where folks are supposed to hang their overcoats when they come to visit you and all that.
Oh. You walk through that and you're right back outdoors again, huh?
That's exactly what happens.
Doggos, I'd love to have one of them things over at my place. Believe I'll get Hugh to build me one of them. I know a lot of folks I'd like to use that on.
Well, that ain't right, though.
It might not be right, Lum, but it'd sure be handy. Special when some Elizabeth's relates come to visit us. Open the door for them, shake hands with them, tell them to go in there and hang up their coat, and that'd be that.
Well, I can tell you one thing.
Of course, the only trouble their coats would still be in the closet. You'd have to study up some way to get them things out of there for them.
Well, don't start worrying about that, because it ain't going to be built that way.
I'm talking about my place.
Well, you can have it in yours. I don't care about that.
Yes, sir.
Hugh Garrett weren't around there, so I left him a note to call me. He ain't called me, has he?
No. Wait a minute. He did call, too, but that's some time ago. He said the Widder Cobb was still bothering him, trying to keep him off the property so he couldn't work over there at all.
Well, she can't do that. I own that property outright now. All she's got's a mortgage on it. She won't own it again till the mortgage comes due.
No.
If I don't pay it.
Yeah.
I better call up that old biddy.
Yeah, you better do it. Hugh said you'd have to do something about it, or he's going to quit again, he said.
Well, I'll take care of her right now. I'll tell her a thing or two, or three.
I could mail them their overcoats. Of course, that'd run me into expense, too. Might put one of them laundry chutes in the closet so when they're hung up their coats, why, they'd slide right out on the front porch and meet them when they come out.
Wait a minute, Ella. I think she's talking. Hello, Miss Cobb. This is Lum and Abner. Now, I want you to leave Hugh Garrett alone. Well, now, that's just where you're wrong, Miss Cobb. That mortgage don't give you no property rights at all. If you come around there one more time, I'm going to have to get out an injunction against you.
Wish I knowed law like that, Mom.
All right, get a lawyer. He'll tell you I'm right, too. Well, now, I'm warning you for the last time, Miss Cobb. You stay away from there. All right, fine. We'll see. Goodbye. Granny, no wonder they never found Mr. Cobb.
Yeah, she actually going to get a lawyer?
Well, I hope she does. Maybe he can pound some sense in her head. I know I can't tell her nothing, just like arguing with a stump on the bar.
Oh, she's stubborn as a blue-nosed mule, ain't no doubt about it. Wait a minute, that sounds like our ring. Maybe that's her lawyer calling right now.
I wish it was. I'd tell him a couple of things, too. I'm in my fighting mood today.
Well, you sure are. Oh.
Hello, Jotham Down store. Mr. Edder's talking.
Don't get too rough now, Lon.
Who? Oh, Lester Parks. How are you, Lester?
Is he a lawyer? Thought he worked over the sawmill.
Can't get me no what? What's that? Oh, that stuff they put the plaster on, huh?
I see one.
Yeah, I know. Well, when do you reckon you can get some? Granny, well, ain't there nothing else we can use instead of that? Lath, huh?
Laughs?
Well, send us some of them then.
Oh, plaster.
Oh, we can't get them neither. Well, what am I going to do then? All right, I'll try that. Yeah, much obliged for calling, Lester. Goodbye. Well, there's something else to hold us up. Lester says he can't get me no button board for the house.
Yeah, well, I told you there's a shortage on might not everything. Button boards? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Is that how they build houses nowadays, just button the boards together?
No, that's
Lord me, what will they think of next?
Well, Abner, button board...
No wonder the houses don't stand up good nowadays. I believe you'd be a heap better off to go back to the old-fashioned idea of using nails, Lum. Nails is a lot stronger than buttons.
Abner, they don't button the boards together.
Well, how do they do it then? Seems to me like you'd have to have an awful powerful button hook.
Button board ain't actual no lumber at all. It's some kind of a competition material. A lot of holes in it. And
Well, natural. Them are the button holes.
No, they ain't. They put plaster on this button board stuff and it covers up all them holes.
Well, what they go to all the trouble to put the holes in there for then? I still say the old-fashioned way of building a house is a heap better. Next thing you know, they'll be having zipper boards.
Well, it don't matter much then what they're using. I can't get none of it no way.
Come over and help me button up my house.
Lester said I might try someplace at the county seat.
Of course, you know now that might be a good idea, Lum.
Huh?
That might be a good idea.
Calling the county seat?
No, having zipper boards.
Huh?
You could illuminate having doors in your house that way. Just walk to the corner of your house, unzip it, walk in, zip yourself up inside again.
Granny, such imagination. You get some of the craziest ideas in your head. If you'd work as hard trying to study up serious ideas as you do these idiotic ones, why, you'd be one of the biggest geniuses. Was that R.R.E.?
I don't know. I never paid no attention. I was listening to you brag on me.
Some more bad news. Hello, jot 'em down story. L. Edwards talking.
Button, who's got my house?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Hugh. Yeah, I wanted you to call me. No, it ain't about the Widder Cobb this time. I've done got that fixed. Yeah, you don't need to worry about her no more. Well, now, if she comes around there anymore, just let me know and I'll get out of Interjunction again her. Well, first of all, do you know where we can get any button boards?
You know, that junk could save the termites a lot of trouble.
You don't know.
They'd have known a piece of they could just unbutton the whole side of the house.
Well, we're going to have to get some summers. Lester ain't got none. But the main thing I want to talk to you about is that hall closet. Now, the way you've got it, you walk into it and wind up on the front porch again. No, I said the hall closet. They ain't. Well, what's that you go into when you come in the front door there and turn to your left? Dining room? Goodness, that's kind of little, ain't it? Well, yeah, I told you to keep down the cost, but goodness, hey, they've got to have room to all sit around the table. The way you've got it, they won't be able to tip the chairs back after they've done that.
That's where them zipper boarders come in handy.
Well, I reckon it's too late to worry about that, but another thing you're doing wrong is making the stairway away yonder too steep. Why, that one right there in the hall in the middle of the house. Goes practical straight up. Might as well have a ladder. It's what? Shelves for the linen closet. Oh, well, I beg your pardon. Well, yeah. I see. Well, I've got a whole list of other complaints here, but I'll talk to you about them later. How's that? What kind of complaints you got? Well, can't you make them fit some way? Can't I? All right, I'll call Lester and see what he can do about it. All right. Goodbye, Hugh.
What's the trouble now, Lum?
Oh, Hugh says that Lester sent all the window frames over, and not a dead blame one of them's the right size.
When?
They're all wrong.
Well, I do know.
Granny, I never knew there was so much trouble just building one little common, ordinary, everyday, run-of-the-mill house.
No.
I thought all you had to do was draw up some plans and build it and sell it, and that's all there was to it. But look at all the trouble I've had, and we ain't hardly got it started yet.
Yeah, I go with you sure having plenty of trouble, all right. I'll say that for you.
I know it. Granny, I wanted to get home early tonight to listen to the radio.
The radio?
Yeah.
How come?
Well, Bing Crosby's on the air tonight. I want to be sure and hear it.
Oh, is he on tonight?
Yes, sir.
Well, I don't want to miss that neither. You better come over to my place. Little Caldwell won't let you hear nothing over at your place.
That's right. I'll come by there.
Sure, come on over. Fact is, you can come and eat with us if you want to. I'll just have Elizabeth choke out a few more biscuits and lay an extra plate. Won't be no trouble at all.
Got to get you straightened out first. I don't know whether I'll have time to come by there or not.
No, you'll have to.
Something will come up. Some kind of trouble. I don't see how anything else could possibly happen to make it worse for me, though.
Well, no, I can't think of nothing either. Leastways, not offhand. Let's see now. What else could happen to you?
Well, don't try to think of something. Just answer the phone there. That was our ring, but I can't stand another single argument today. If that's Lester or Hugh or the Widder Cobb or her lawyer, tell her I'm out of town.
Hello. Got him now, Store Abner. Peabody doing the talking. Who? Oh, yeah. Just a minute. He's right here.
I said I was out of town.
It's all right. It's Gilroy Adams.
Oh, it's different.
Sure. Go ahead. Talk here. Take her easy.
Hello, Gilroy, old boy. You're calling for who? Well, what does he want? Well, why can't I build a house? Oh, my goodness, I plumb forgot about that.
Forgot about what, Lum?
Gilroy's calling for W.S. Daniel, the state FHA inspector.
Yeah?
And he's just informed me that I ain't got no building permit.
And now let's see what's going on down in Pine Ridge. Well, as we look in on the little community today, we find the old fellows in the Jotham Down store. A customer is just leaving. Listen.
All right, Miss Barton. Much obliged. Come in again. Lum, did you hear what she said about Miss Pomeroy?
No, I hear her mention her name, but I never heard what she said. What was it?
Well, sir, she's got some sort of a newfangled carpet sweeper in this morning.
Broom, you mean?
No, not according to Miss Pomeroy. It was a regular little machine with wheels on it of some kind. Got a long handle on it, and you just sort of push it around the room. You saw pictures of them in the wish book.
Oh, yeah, sure. Carpet sweepers.
It come in the morning from the mail order house. All the women folks in town's been over there looking at it, she said.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's one thing you got to say for Earl Pomeroy. He is good to his woman.
Yes, he is.
Buys her all that new modern stuff.
Oh, he's a good provider. There ain't no two ways about it. I hate to see it happen, though.
Hate to see it.
Why, sure. Now, every other woman in this town will think they got to have one, too. And that includes Elizabeth. And, Mom, I just don't believe in pampering them too much, you know.
Yeah, a feller does have to watch that.
Yeah, be nice to them, but don't overdo it.
Did Gilroy Adams call me while I was over across the street getting the mail?
No, he never. Ain't he got that building permit thing straightened out yet?
Yeah, he issued me a permit, all right. And Hugh Garrett's back on the job, but Gilroy didn't know how much of a fine I was going to have to pay, and he's going to look it up.
How much of a fine?
Yeah. Gilroy said they had to slap a fine on me for starting to build without it.
Oh, my goodness, they lie.
Said he hated to do it, but that was the law. I hope it ain't going to be very much.
Well, how come them to notice that you was building without no permit?
I don't know, but I've got a suspicion that the Widder Cobb had something to do with it.
She did, huh?
Looks like that old biddy's just trying to make as much trouble for me as she can. No telling what she's aiming on doing next.
I know what she could do. She could burn the house down.
Well, don't go putting no ideas in her head. She's got enough of her own.
It would be better, though, I reckon, if she'd wait till you get more of it built first.
Granted, I can't let nothing else happen to that house. I've just got to get it done, Abner, and get them childishes into it and out of my place. If they have to live with me much longer, I'm going to go stark raving mad, crazy, insane.
Well, sir, I was beginning to think you were getting used to that. Hadn't heard
Bob, I think he's broke at least one leg on every piece of furniture I got over there.
Well,
and I don't dare say nothing to him. Every time I even as much as scowl at him, his mama and papa both give me that look.
What look?
Well, I don't know just how to explain it.
Do they say anything to you?
No. No, not a word. Just give me that look.
Well,
if they'd just say something, it'd be a lot better. Then we could get into a good argument about it and get things sort of straightened out.
Yeah, that's the way me and Elizabeth does.
That's the whole trouble over there. Nobody says nothing. I don't know why it is, but they've got me to where I'm practically afraid to do anything around there. You'd think I was living with them instead of them living with me.
Well, why don't you just stand right up and tell them that's your house?
And get throwed out? Oh, no, sir. No, I've got to have a place to live, too, don't forget.
Yeah, that's right, ain't it?
Take, for instance, the radio. The other night they had some program on there, terrible thing. Some varmint was strangling a woman. Weren't fit to listen to.
You weren't doing a good job of it, huh?
I wanted to listen to the Alka-Seltzer News, so I went over and changed the station. And just as I sat down, that little Caldwell raced over there and turned it back on to that terrible program again. So then I started to get up to turn the radio back to the news, and I got it again. That look.
What'd you do then?
What could I do? Just sit back down in my chair and listen to the man strangle a woman.
You mean just on account of the way they looked at you?
Abner, I wish you could be over there some night and see that look they get in their eye. It's worse than if they had a bead on me with a shotgun.
Well, I doggers I wouldn't let some little old thing like that bother me.
Oh, yes, you would. You just don't know.
Well, how did it come out? Did they catch the feller that strangled her?
I don't know. I got it all mixed up with the 2 shows we had to listen to after that.
You mean you sat up there all that time just to listen to 2 more shows?
Well, what else could I do? The radio's in the parlor, and half of them was sitting on the Davenport, and that's where I sleep.
Oh, yeah, that's right, ain't it? Well, couldn't you sort of just hint around that you wanted to get to bed? Like, for instance, getting up and winding the clock or something?
I tried that. I wound it so many times I finally broke the spring, and the whole thing flew all over the living room floor. Then they all jumped up and told me to keep quiet so they could hear the show.
What?
And you already heard them other 2 shows. They was worse than the first ones. Ghosts, murders, fist fights, and I don't know what all. Heard 2 old fellers running a store. Talking that hillbilly talk.
Oh, goodness. Glad I never heard that.
Worst thing, one of them was the silly one, put me in mind of you right smart.
Oh, well, good for him. What night are them shows on?
Every night, seems like.
Well.
And the worst part of it is you ought to see the way them young'uns eat that stuff up.
Even them 2 little twins?
Oh, they're the worst ones. And speaking of eating, that's all them 2 little ones do all day long.
Good appetites, huh?
Oh, my goodness, I've never saw them yet when they didn't have cold biscuit and jelly stuck in their face.
Yeah, Duncan, that is pretty good.
I wouldn't mind so much if they actually eat it, but they always leave part of it laying around the house summers. Ants crawling all over it. I don't believe there's a single day since they've come there that I ain't sat down on a piece of biscuit and jelly.
Well, you ought to be careful where you're set, Lum. You're going to starve them little young'uns to death. What flavor jelly is that to you?
I don't know. You can't tell by sitting on it.
Blackberry I like the best. That's the one. That's my favorite kind.
All I can say is if I don't get that other house built for 'em pretty quick, I'm going to have to build one for myself with padded walls in it. Who's that coming up out there? Oh, Ulysses. Never knowed him.
Yeah.
Don't favor yourself.
Well, Lum, if I was you now, I'd just set my foot down over there and just tell them what's what.
Well, every time I set down my foot, it winds up on a piece of biscuit and jelly. Or else, one of little Caldwell's roller skates.
Well, I still know. Howdy, Ulysses.
Yeah, come on in, Ulysses.
Yeah, okay.
How are you today?
Oh, okay, Lum.
What can we do for you?
Well, my woman, Carrie, sent me down here for a bolt of dress goods.
Oh, have you used the other enough already?
Yeah, it's all gone.
Ain't been but about a year since you got that last one.
No.
Yeah, let's see. I reckon you want something pretty fancy. We got some new patterns in. Lay a couple out on the counter there, Abner.
Yeah, I'm getting them right now.
I see that, and he's getting out there now, Ulysses. That's a nice one. How'd that do?
Okay, I guess, Lum.
Or that next one there is nice, too. How about that? The one with the tulips on it.
Okay.
Or let's see, what else would be good?
Okay.
You wouldn't want no Alton flannel, would you?
Okay.
Well, let's see. Abner, get that down on the bottom of the stack there.
No, he don't want that, Lum. The Blevins has got a bolt of that a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I seen him at church last Sunday, all diked out.
Oh, the whole wagon load of them, yeah.
Made up into a nice dress for Miss Blevins.
Yeah, and the young ones look nice, too. I did think it had a little too many flowers in it for Eugene's shirt, though.
Oh, I don't think so.
I was looking at them over in the pew, and I couldn't tell whether I was looking out the window or still inside the church. All them flowers and grass-looking stuff on it.
I thought it looked right nice. However, I will say it was a little too light-colored for little Woodrow's overhauls. Now, you'll have them things dirty inside of 2 days.
Yeah, you're right about that. But it made up into uncommonly nice-looking underwear for them.
Underwear? How'd you know that?
Well, I seen it hanging on the clothesline this morning when I delivered the groceries over there.
Oh, well, Ulysses, what'll it be, green or orange?
Yeah, orange is okay, I guess, Lum.
Well, that's a good selection. That's pretty.
I was just sort of thinking to myself, though, want to get your ideas on it, Lum. Will that be okay for the window curtains, too?
Oh, yeah, lovely. That's a good idea, having all the children dressed alike, and your shirt and the woman's dress and the window curtains.
Yeah? Okay, then.
Yeah, let's see now. You're going to want about 10 spools of thread with that, too.
For the land's sakes, look at Grandpappy Spears' ration in here.
Hey, Lum.
Now, what is it, Grandpap? What's the matter?
I think the Widder Cobb's up to some trick again.
The Widder Cobb?
What makes you think that, Grandpap? Well, I just went by the sawmill and I seen her over there talking to Lester Parks.
Lester Parks? Has them two made up again?
Well, I don't know. They sure had their heads together talking like a pigeon-toed parrot.
Oh, well, that don't particular mean nothing, Grandpap.
Well, sir, I'll bet you Lum don't get that house built for way in the middle of the winter.
Now, what gave you that idea?
'Cause I heard the Widder say it'll be a cold day before that house is built. Oh, my goodness. Grannies, I better get on over there right now. I've just got to get that house built.
Now let's see what's going on down in Pine Ridge. Well, as we look in on the little community today, we find Abner in the Jotham Down store talking to Mousy Gray. Listen.
Under the counter. Now, listen here, Mousy Gray. We ain't got no soap powders under the counter nor nowheres else.
No, sir.
If we had any, it'd be sitting right out here in plain sight, see?
Yes, sir.
So don't come around here accusing me of hiding stuff.
Well, Gussie said...
I don't care what Gussie said. You tell that woman of yours to mind her own business.
Yes, sir. Well, it was all her idea to ask if you had any soap powder.
Howdy.
Oh, well, howdy, Grandpa. Anything else you wanted, Mousy?
No, sir, that was all.
Hey, you leaving, Mousy?
Yes, sir, I guess so.
Yep, so long, then.
Come in again, Mousy.
Yes, sir.
Oh, as I get that blame sick of folks coming in this store trying to tell me what I got under the counters. Practical make a storyteller out of you is what they do.
Did Mousy do that?
Why, yes, he done that. Of course, in his case, though, it was that woman of his, Gussie, that put him up to it. Worst part of it is she don't even trade over here at this store. She gets all her merchandise from Dick Huddleston. Then sends Mousy over here to try to get some soap powder. Soap, it makes me so mad.
Don't blame you, Abner. Don't blame you a bit.
The way they accuse you of holding out merchandise.
Soap powders, you say?
Yes, sir.
Have you got any?
Why, no.
I mean, sort of stashed away somewhere.
Now, you listen to me, Milford Abel.
Well, don't get your back up. Charity just wanted me to ask you, all. Whereabouts is Lum at?
If you think you can come in here, Lum's over at that new house he's trying to build and accuse me of hiding
What's he doing over there?
I don't know.
I never accused you of nothing.
You did done it. What do you want to see him for?
Who?
Lum.
I never wanted to see him. I wanted to find out if he found out what the Widder, Cobb, and Lester Parks had their heads together about.
No, he ain't found out nothing. He talked to Lester, tried to get some information out of him. Well, of course, he never come right out and asked him direct, of course.
No.
But he sort of, well, hinted around, you know.
Yeah.
That Lum's smart that way.
Yeah.
Awful clever with that.
Yeah. And what did he find out?
Nothing.
Oh.
Lester wouldn't tell him a thing. Not nothing. All Lum knows is that he's having an awful hard time trying to get some plasterboard or something like that from Lester. And he thinks, of course, that that's some of the Widder's work, too.
Oh, no doubts about it. That woman's out to stop him from building that house.
Yeah.
She won't stop at nothing.
No.
Not her. No, sirree, Bobster. Not her. Not the Widder Cobb. No, sirree, sir.
No.
No.
Now, what does she want to do that for? That's what I don't see. It's just plain honerness, looks to me like.
Well, maybe she figures that if Lum don't get the house built, why, he can't sell it, and he won't get no money, and then he can't pay off the mortgage on the lot, and then she'll get her money back.
Why, that's varmint. That lady varmint.
Personal, I'd love to see Lum get it built.
Well, I would too, Grandpap. But doggone, I don't know with all the trouble he's having. And what's worse, he's got Mr. Duncan on his neck now, too.
Who?
Mr. Duncan. That young fellow over at Cherry Hill that Lum promised to build a house for her. You know the one that give Lum that $250 deposit on it?
Oh, him, yeah. Has he been over here again?
Well, not right over here, no, but he called long distance a couple of times. Kept wanting to know if Lum had got his house started yet.
Well, he ain't started yet, has he?
Why, of course not. Lum can't do nothing till he gets this one built for the child or two and gets some money for that. See, he's got to use that money to buy a lot to put Mr. Duncan's house on.
Well, didn't Lum tell him that?
Oh,
don't do that over here.
Of course not. Get out of the way, then. You stand twixt me and the stove all the time. You know that Lum as good as I do, Grandpap. He still thinks he's going into the building business and don't want to lose no customers. Why, he stood right there at the telephone and give Mr. Duncan the idea that he's ready to start on that house of his any day now.
That sounds like him.
Told him all about some fancy lot that he's getting for him. Oh, yeah, bought him the prettiest lot in Pine Ridge. And as far as I know, that Lum ain't even looked at no lot.
Why does Lum do things like that? Why does he do it?
I just don't know. He gets carried away with himself. Always has to act like he's such a big businessman and all that.
Yeah.
Of course, now Lum means well, I know he does. And I believe he thinks he's actual telling the truth all the time when he gets off on them stores. But doggone, how he can get carried away like that, I will never know.
I know it.
Well, howdy, Cedric.
Oh, howdy, Mr. Abner. Hello, Mr. Grandpap.
What can we do for you today, Cedric?
Oh, nothing at all.
Oh, all right, Cedric. As I was saying, Grandpap, every time.
Wait a minute. What's the matter with Cedric? He walked right on past us like we wasn't even here.
Oh.
Look at him. Standing over there in the corner staring. What's he doing?
Well, don't you know?
Huh?
Oh, I'll tell you about it later. No, sir, when that Lum gets to talking business to some stranger, Grandpap, you'd think he was a bank president or something. Squints his eyes up like he's studying all the time.
I know. I saw him do that.
Oh, yeah, he got that from the banker in there at the county seat. He tries to do the same way. You know, one time I heard Lum get on the telephone right here in this store. It was a long-distance call.
Wait a minute. I think Cedric's talking to you.
No, he ain't. He's talking to himself. Just don't pay no attention to him.
Well, what's he saying?
Nothing that amounts to anything. Just ignore him. Let's see, what was I telling you, Grandpa?
Well, you were saying that something interesting about, let's see, don't believe I can recollect what it was myself now. But interesting, though. I know that.
Yeah.
I'll say that for you, Abner. When you do say something, it's interesting.
Well, it must not have been nothing important, I recollected. By the way, are you and Charity going over to the Quincy's Friday night?
Friday?
Yeah, they invited me and Elizabeth over there. Gonna pop up a batch of corn, they said. Think they got a new corn popper they want to show off, electric gadget or some sort.
More than likely. Worst show-offs in town. I wouldn't go even if they was to ask me.
Well, Elizabeth said that Miss Quincy said something about you and Charity was going to be there.
She did, huh?
Yeah, that's what she
bless
said.
her heart. You know, I've always said the Quincy's are some of the nicest folks we got in this town.
I thought you just got done saying what the worst show-offs there was in town. You wouldn't go over there even if they did invite you.
Much obliged, Mr. Abner.
Oh, you leaving already, Cedric?
Yes, Mom. I'll see you later. So long.
So long, Cedric.
Well, what in the world was that for, anyway? What was that boy doing?
Don't you know, Grandpa? He's starting to buy his new spring shoes.
Spring shoes? In the fall of the year?
Why, sure. It takes him that long to make up his mind which he wants to buy. He'll do that for 2 or 3 months now. Come in, stare at the shoes, look at this pair, look at that pair, and stand there with his eyes closed for a while studying.
Well, don't he try 'em on?
Oh, no, not yet. He don't get around that till about the 3rd or 4th month.
Oh?
And that's what I dread. He always makes me try 'em on. Walk backwards and forwards across the floor there so as he can look at them. And they're so dad blame big for me, I can take 2 or 3 steps before the shoes move at all.
Well, why don't you just tell him if he wants to buy a pair of shoes to take him? Well, howdy, Lum.
Oh, howdy, Lum.
Grannies, I never knowed one human could have so dadgum much trouble.
What's the matter now? Has the Widder Cobb closed in on you?
No, worse than that.
Uh-huh.
I taken Miss Childers over there to look at the house. Told her I was going to let her in on a big surprise. Told her I was building that house for her and her family.
Oh, doggies, I bet she was just tickled silly when she found that out.
Well, yeah, she was.
Oh, I can just see her.
And then she started finding a few little things wrong. Things she wanted to change, you know.
Yeah, natural.
Then she started finding big things wrong. Before she got done, her and Hugh Garrett got into the out-captainest fight you ever seen.
They did.
Oh, I'm sorry I missed that.
Who won?
Well, I don't know. I think Miss Childers did.
I'd have put my money on it, yeah.
All I know is that Hugh up and quit again. Now I don't know what I'm going to do for a carpenter.
Oh, well, you don't need to worry about that. He'll be back long. He's quit at least once every day since he started on that job.
Yeah, but I'm sure he means business this time.
No. He'll be back, don't worry.
And if he don't, I don't know what I'm going to do.
Well, just don't worry about it now.
There's your ring there, wasn't it, Abner?
Oh, I don't know. It might have been. I'll see.
Yeah, I answered, Abner. Granny's I'm tired.
Hello, jot him down, store Abner Peabody doing the talking.
Trouble.
Oh.
That's a shame, Lum.
Oh, just a minute.
It ain't 6 of one thing, it's half a dozen of something else.
Mom, it's Mr. Duncan calling from Cherry Hill again.
Oh, my goodness. You better talk to him.
Me?
Yeah, I'm all having all the trouble I can stand with this other house. Tell him I'll call him next week.
Oh, all right. Hello? Lum said that he'll...
What'll I do for you?
Oh, you there? Oh, yeah, well, all right then. Yeah, I'll tell him.
Just quiet, Granny. I don't hear what they're saying.
Yeah, all right, Mr. Duncan. Goodbye. Well, that'll save you a call, Lum.
Save me a call.
Yeah, Mr. Duncan's coming over here to Pine Ridge tomorrow.
Here? Tomorrow?
Yeah, he wants to take a look at that fancy lot you've got front.
Now let's see what's going on down in Pine Ridge. Well, as we look in on the little community today, we find Lum in the Jotham Down store talking to Mr. Duncan. Listen.
Yeah, well, we'll go over and look at the lot right away, Mr. Duncan, I think.
Well, let's get going then. I'm anxious to get this thing started.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, let's do. You go out and get in your car, and I'll be with you in just a few minutes. I've got a couple of other things I've got to take care of here first. Business matters, you know.
Well, okay, but hurry up. I ain't got all day.
Yeah, be right with you. Frank?
Mom, what did you tell Mr. Duncan that for? You ain't got no lot to show him, and you know it.
I know I ain't, but you heard what he said. He said he's got another fellow that'll build a house for him. So if I can get this and started for him right away, then he wants me to return that $250 deposit he gave me.
I heard him say that, Lum.
Well, I ain't got the $250 to give back to him. I had to pay that on that piano I was forced into donating to the church.
Well, Lum, it just...
The only thing I can do now is to try to stall him along until I can figure out some way to build him a place.
Yeah, but now, what was the idea telling Mr. Duncan to go out there and get in his car, and then you'd go with him to look at this lot that you ain't even got?
Well, I don't know. I just needed a few minutes to study. Collect my thoughts up together. I just couldn't seem to think at all with him standing there looking at me.
Yeah, I could tell that. Well, now that he's out there waiting for you and you've collected your thoughts, what are you going to do?
I wished I knowed. Have you got any ideas, Abner?
Don't look at me now. You got yourself into this.
Yeah, I know.
I can tell you one thing, though, Lum. You can't just leave Mr. Duncan sitting out there in his car forever.
No, I reckon I could just pick out a spot somewhere around here and tell him that's it, but that'd be unhonest.
Why, sure. And he's bound to find out that it don't belong to him, or you.
Yeah, that's the worst part of it.
What you better do, Lum, is just go out there and tell him that you ain't got no lot, and that you can't build him no house. No, wait a minute, then you'd have to give him back his $250.
Well, wait a minute, I think that's our ring.
Oh.
You run out and tell Mr. Duncan that I'm tied up on the telephone for a few minutes.
How do you know that's for you?
Whoever they want, it's going to be for me, I can tell you that. Go on out there and tell him.
Well, all right, I'll tell him.
Hello, jot him down, store. Well, this is him, or me. Yeah, what is it, Miss Childers? Well, no, you can't change the shape of the room as long as the foundation's already in. No. What? Yeah, he might be able to make a change like that, but it'd cost extra. Oh, no, now, don't you go over there and tell Hugh Garrett about it. Let me tell him. No, now, if you go over there, you'll get into another argument with him, and then you'll quit again. It'd taken me a whole hour to get him back on the job this morning. Yes, Mom. Well, I'll take care of him.
Mr. Duncan said, excuse me.
All right. Goodbye. Granny, that woman ain't satisfied with nothing.
Oh.
Miss Childers.
Oh.
She's thought up a whole lot more changes she wants in that house.
Changes, huh?
You think she'd be satisfied with any kind of a roof over her head after being without a place for so long?
Why, sure.
Did you tell Mr. Duncan what I said?
Yeah, and he said for you to either hurry up and show him the lot or give him back his money.
Yeah, I figured he'd say that.
He meant it, too, from the looks in his eyes.
I never went into the building business in the first place. That's what you get for trying to help folks.
Yeah. Well, what are you going to do about Mr. Duncan, now?
Yeah, let's see. Got to do something.
Why, sure, he's going to come in here in another minute and demand. Oh, howdy, Grandpa.
Howdy. Have I got big news?
Big news?
Yeah, you know, there's a feller sitting out in front of your store in a car.
Oh, Lord me, we know that. That ain't no big news.
Oh, well, that ain't my news, no way. You'll never guess what it is. Never in this world.
Well, what is it?
Never in this seven-legged world will you guess it.
All right, then, tell it to us. Doggies, it won't be news by the time you get around to telling it.
Yes, sir. Who is that feller out in front?
It's Mr. Duncan. Now, tell us what that big news is.
What big news?
I don't know. You said you come over here to tell us something great.
Oh, yeah, I did. The Widder, Cobb, and Lester Parks.
Huh?
That's who it's about.
Oh.
The Widder, Cobb, and Lester Parks. That's who it's about.
Well, what about 'em, Grandpap?
I know now why they had their heads together the other day.
You do?
Yeah. Well, whatever it is, I don't want to hear it. Whatever trouble they're stirred up for me this time can't be no worse than what I'm into now, I'll tell you that. Abner, go out there and tell him to stop that honking. Tell him I'll be out pretty quick.
Mom, you go out there and tell him yourself now.
They've eloped.
I went out there the last time.
Well, it wouldn't hurt you to help me.
Huh? Elope? Is that what you said, Grandpa?
They done it.
You mean them two has got married, Lester Parks and the Widder Cobb?
That's what I said.
Hey, Edwards, let's get going.
Yeah, I'll be right with you, Mr. Duncan. You just wait out in the car and I'll be right with you.
Well, that's what you told me before. I ain't got much more time. I've got to get back to Cherry Hill.
Yeah, well, I won't be held up much longer. Got some business to finish up with Mr. Spears here, and I'll be right out.
Okay. But be sure about it this time, will you?
What's he chomping at the bit for?
Where'd they elope to, Grandpa? When did all this happen? Who done the hitching?
They eloped last night. Got married in Fort Smith, the way I heard it.
Well, if that don't beat all. Law me. Here, a couple of weeks ago, they weren't even speaking to one another.
Yeah, well, that's love for you.
Yeah.
Well, you know what that does to me, don't you? Just about ruins me.
Why, Lum, I never knowed you was sparking at the Widder Cobb.
Oh, I weren't, silly. What I meant is it ruins me in the building business.
Oh.
With her married to Lester Parks, I'll never get another stick of lumber from him. Now I couldn't build Mr. Duncan a house, even if I did have a lot.
Yeah, where did you hear about this, Grandpa?
Charlie Redfield got it from Miss Foster, and she knowed about it 'cause Tom eloped along with him to be best man at the wedding.
Well, I'll be a polka-dotted possum. I never would have thought it, No.
Charlie says that Lester's going to sell his house and move in with the Widder now.
He is? Well, I don't know to blame him. Her house is 6 times as good as his, and I believe old Lester made himself a good deal.
Wait a minute, did you say Lester's going to sell his place? According to Charlie. Well, when's him and the Widder, Miss Parks, going to get back to town? They're back now. He had to get back to his job at the sawmill.
Well?
Goodness, let me get to that telephone. Abner, run out there and tell Mr. Duncan I'm tied up on the phone again.
I ain't gonna do it, Lum. I didn't like the look in his eye when he stuck his head in the door here a minute ago.
Hello, Lester? Well, congratulations, you old son of a gun.
He'll have to go over and shiver him tonight.
Yeah, just now heard about it. Well, you're a lucky man, Les. She's a mighty fine little woman. Well, say, Les, I hear you're aiming on selling your house.
Oh, battle axe, what he started us out down.
No, I ain't in the market for one myself, but I know who is. Foster Childers.
Foster Childers?
Well, will you give them first chance at it? Well, good for you. What kind of a price are you asking for it?
Lum lost the spoke out of his wheel short away.
Well, that sounds reasonable enough. Yeah, I'll have them get in touch with you right away, Les. All right, old boy. Goodbye.
Just a minute, Lum. If the Childers is going to buy Lester Parks' place, what are you going to do with that house you're building for the Childers? That thing's half built now.
Don't worry about that. Abner, will you go out there and tell him to stop honking that horn? Tell him I got one more phone call to make, and I'll be right with you.
I told you, Lum, I ain't going out there and tell him nothing now, and I ain't going to do it.
Go on, I can't.
No, sir, I won't do it. I won't do it. There ain't no use to argue with me about it. I'll tell you that right now.
Well, Grandpap, will you go out there? Wait a minute. Hello, Miss Childers?
Get me whipped.
This is Lum again. You don't need to worry about them changes in that house no more. No, better than that. I've got you a place already built. Lester Parks' house. Uh-huh. Oh, you like it. And the best part of it is you can move in right away. Well, it'll cost you less than that than I was going to build for you. Uh-huh. Well, that's fine. Yeah, well, I tell you what you better do. You better call up Lester and close a deal with him right away before he sells it to somebody else. Yeah, I talked to him for you. Oh, not at all. I was just proud to do it. All right, Miss Childers. Not at all. Goodbye. Now then, the next thing I got to do...
the next thing for you to do is to get out of here, Lum, because here comes Mr. Duncan again. He don't look like he's going to fool around either.
All right, Edwards. I've waited as long as I'm going to. I don't know what your game is, but I want my $250 back, or else you're going to pay me right now.
Or else what?
Or else you're going to go over and show me that lot right this minute.
Well, all right. What are we waiting for? Let's go.
Huh? You mean that?
Why, natural. What's more, I've got a surprise for you. Your Edwards-built dream house is half built. Come on, son, I'll show you through it.
Now let's see what's going on down in Pine Ridge. Well, as we look in on the little community today, we find the old fellows in their Jotham Down store. Abner is talking to Ulysses S. Quincy. Listen.
No, Ulysses, I've told you 100 times we ain't got no soap powder hid under the counter. Now, do you understand that? We ain't got none. No.
Abner, for goodness sake.
Is that clear to you, Ulysses?
Okay.
Abner.
Can you get that through that thick head of yours now?
Hi, Granny's. Abner, will you hash that up?
Well, Lum, I don't care. I just get so sick and tired of everybody coming in here accusing me of hiding soap powders under the counter. I don't know how many folks has did that in the last few days. Other day it was Mousy Gray and then Grandpappy Spears.
All right, just simmer down.
Well, you haven't got any soap powders, have you, Abner?
Why, no,
I told you we ain't. Come on back here. Doggy, just take a look for yourself. I'm going to get this thing settled once and for all. Come on, Ulysses. Step back here and see for yourself.
Okay.
Well, Ulysses, you don't have to do that. You can take our word for
No,
it.
sir, now just let him go ahead, Lum. Go on, search the whole place. Turn everything upside down. Tear the whole place apart.
Abner, I wish you wouldn't carry on that way in front of customers.
Customers? Snoopers, that's what I call them. Well, you finding anything, Ulysses?
No.
You satisfied now?
Okay.
Ulysses, I hope you'll excuse Abner, and I hope you'll keep on trading
Yeah,
with
well, wait a minute. You ain't leaving yet, are you, Ulysses? Here's a couple more boxes you ain't snooped into. You better look through them, too.
Abner, he said he was satisfied. Now let it go.
Well, Lum, he wants to be sure. You don't want to take nobody's word for nothing. Here, I'll open this up for you myself. Just prove
Cut it out, Abner. Don't pay no attention to him, Ulysses.
Yeah, okay, Lum.
He gets these spells.
See? Ain't nothing in there, but... Well, I'll be dead blamed. How'd them get in there?
What?
Oh, nothing.
Wait a minute. That looks like boxes of soap powders.
Yeah? Where in the world do you reckon them things come from?
I don't know. Must have been sitting there all the time.
Yeah? Must have. Ulysses, did you say you wanted a box of soap powder?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Here you are.
Yeah, okay. Just put it on my bill.
Okay, all right, Ulysses. Come back again.
Yeah, okay.
Well, Abner, it looks like that you've learned something.
All right, Lum. Just don't rub it in. You never know them soap flakes is under there neither.
I weren't even talking about that.
Ah.
As far as that goes, you ought to have learned your lesson good enough that I wouldn't have to say nothing to you. Maybe now you won't go around popping off to customers when you don't know what you're talking about.
Well, Lum, I've looked under that counter 1,000 or 100 times.
All right. I told you, just forget it.
Somebody put them under.
I've got something worse than that to worry about. Looks like I'll lose everything I've got on that house building deal.
Lose? I thought everything was working out good for you.
Well, I thought so, too.
Long as the Widder Cobb and Lester Parks got married and he moved into her house, why, that gives you a chance to get Lester's place for the Chalderses and then sell that in your building to Mr. Duncan. Ain't that it?
Yeah, that's right.
Well, what's wrong then? Can't the Chalderses get Lester's place after all?
No, that deal's all set. That worked out fine. They're moving out of my place today.
Oh.
And good shuddings, too. But the trouble is with Mr. Duncan.
Duncan, huh?
Well, it ain't him so much as it is that pop-in-law of his.
Oh. Is he going to move in the house, too?
No, but he come over from Cherry Hill this morning with Duncan to check over this deal, and all that man could do was find fault.
Well, the house ain't but half built now, Lum. They can still make all the changes they want to, can't they?
Well, it ain't that so much. It just don't like the finance arrangements on it.
Finance?
Yeah, he never liked the way I was getting lumber from Lester on a credit. He never liked the idea of the Widder Cobb holding the mortgage on that lot. Fact is, don't seem like he liked nothing about it.
Well,
And from the way he talked, I'm feared they're going back out of the deal.
after he give you that $250 deposit the other day?
Yeah, they seem to think it's worth that to get out of the deal.
Well, that'll be all right. You get the place back, won't it?
Well, I don't think so.
Oh.
I can't seem to get no more materials to finish the house with.
Oh.
And with the widder holding the mortgage on the lot, I'm just liable to lose that, too.
Well, that mortgage ain't due yet, is it?
No, but it won't be very long till it is, though. Just a short-term mortgages that they fixed up for me, her and Squire Skim.
Yeah.
I don't know why I ever got mixed up in this in the first place.
Well, I hate to be I told you so long, but I told you when you started out that you ought to be careful what you was getting into. But no, you was going to build a whole string of Edders-built dream castles.
Yeah, I know I did, but I never picked... Wait a minute. Here comes Grandpap. Now, don't say nothing about this in front of him, Abner.
Yeah, where's Duncan and his pop-in-law? They went back to Cherry Hill?
No, they're down at Luke's lunchroom getting a bite to eat.
Oh, they'll hate the town.
Think that over, they said.
Oh, howdy, Grandpa.
Howdy. Well, you hear the big news?
You mean about Mr. Duncan's pop-in-law?
About who? Hush up, Abner.
Oh, what's your big news, Grandpa?
Yes, sir, you can send the airmail letter now for 5 cents. Think of it, 5 red cents, 1 nickel.
Well, Lord me, we know that, Grandpa.
5 coppers. You can send the airmail letter to any little old corner in this country.
Well, tell us something we don't know.
All right, I will. Boulder Dam is celebrating its 10th anniversary.
Well, what of it?
It's the truth, Abner. I've been reading about it in the paper. I can show you the article.
I never said it weren't true.
Well, it is true, though. Why do you have to argue about everything first?
I ain't arguing.
You are, Duncan.
I ain't no
Least little thing comes up and you have to argue about it.
Lord.
It's 10-year-old. They're having a big celebrate. Got the governors from 7 states there. Arizona and California,
Grandpap,
Colorado and Nevada and New Mexico.
Grandpap, we don't care.
Utah and Wyoming.
Oh, Lord.
Everybody's there.
Yeah.
I bet you wish you was there yourself, Abner.
Oh, I don't know whether to do or not. I wouldn't want a particular stand around singing happy birthday to a dam.
Abner, do you know that the intake towers of Boulder Dam are 395 foot high?
I don't care if they're 2 million foot high.
395 foot high.
Wish you'd fall off
The
one.
intake towers of Boulder Dam. And the Arizona spillway is
Grandpap,
600...
will you hush that up? Here comes a customer. Now, just be
that's
quiet.
it, Cedric. The Arizona spillway...
Howdy, Cedric.
Howdy, Mr. Abner.
Come on back.
Mr. Grandpap. Howdy, Mr. Lum.
Just go right ahead, Cedric.
Yeah, what's he up to?
He's in here to look at them shoes again.
Oh,
This is the second time he's been in today.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep.
Don't stare at him, Grandpa.
Well, much obliged. So long, Mr. Lum. So long, Mr. Grandpap. So long, Mr. Abner.
Yes, so long, Cedric. Come in again.
what was he doing this time? You told me he always spends about 2 or 3 months trying to decide on a pair of shoes, but what was all that counting for?
Oh, the counting that Cedric is doing?
Yeah, that 1, 2, 3, 4. What was that?
Oh, why, I reckon he's just, counting the hooks on the shoes.
Counting the hooks.
Yeah, you know how a pair of shoes lace up part of the way, and then they got them hooks up the rest of the way you hook your shoestrings
Yeah, I
around.
know what they are. Well, what's he counting them for?
Well, I reckon he's just counting them to make sure that they're the same number on both sides, He's more likely got to worrying about it and just come in to check, see if they had 4 hooks on each side.
Why don't he get button shoes?
Well, he don't like button shoes, Grandpa.
Maybe he can't count that high.
Well, I think that's the trouble. He started out the other day and got up to 6 and then quit, said he wanted laces.
Well, he can count to 20 with his shoes, though.
Well, I don't know, Grandpap. I know he don't want button shoes. I've heard him say so.
I recollect one year he come in here 3 times to measure the length of the shoelaces.
Oh, he takes them out of the shoes and spreads them out on the yardstick there every time.
See if they're both the same length.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he just wanted to be sure he's getting his money's worth.
Oh, sure, yeah. He goes through the out-capping this rigmarole when he wants to buy a pair of shoes. Now, he knows right now what pair he's going to buy. But he just wants to come in here and look over the whole stock, you know.
He's cautious, huh?
Yeah.
Weren't that your ring, Abner?
I don't know. It might have been. I never paid no attention.
I'll get it.
Yeah, go ahead. Cedric's awful protective of his shoes.
Got 'em down, store. Leonard's talking.
Somebody sold him 2 left shoes one time.
Oh, yes, Mr. Duncan.
Sort of got him shoe shy.
Your papa-in-law wants to see what?
He'd like to ruin his feet wearing them.
Goodness, I don't even know what one is.
And couldn't turn on it to the left. He'd have to walk clean around the block to get to where he's going.
Why, no, I never filled out nothing like that.
He'd skid and fall every time he'd start the wrong direction.
Yeah, I'll hold the phone.
Stumble.
That papa-in-law of his.
Oh.
I never filled out no application for a construction priority or nothing like that. Leastways, not that I know of.
Is that what he wants now?
Yeah, I didn't never fill out something like that, did I?
I never seen you fill out nothing that I know of, Lum. I ain't paid no attention. You're handling this. You said you knowed all about building construction.
I think he's just making up stuff to stall around. Oh, hello? He said what? I have. Oh, my goodness.
What's the matter, Lum?
He says I violated the federal building law and I can get sent to the penitentiary for it.
The penitentiary?
Now, don't worry, Lum. I wouldn't worry a minute about it.
Wouldn't worry about going to the penitentiary?
Wherever they send you, Lum, we can always send you an airmail letter for just 5 cents.
Well, Lum, how are you going to get out of this one?